Good morning. In this presentation we are going to see how we can trade in MCX Copper for this week. Before looking into that, let us see what happened last week and what we expected last week. And also the chart which you are viewing now is an 1 hour chart, which means that every single candlestick represents 1 hour, and also these two double dotted vertical lines. You can always see these two double dotted vertical lines that indicates the price opening and closing for the respective days. Whenever we are placing a cursor on the particular candlestick, you can always see the date below. So now let us see what happened last week. Last week, that is on Monday, which was on 2nd. The market opened around 428.8. You can see this black color box that indicates the price opening. So the market opened around 428.8. What we expected last week was that we expected copper to stay and continue its uptrend, which means that you can see on Friday, on the previous week, the market has given a clear up direction. You can see right from 422, the market opened around 424, and you can see that 423 around 423, and it has given a clear price direction, which made the market to close much higher. So what we expected last week was that we expected that the trend will continue. So what are the levels we expected is that 432, which was which was an incomplete target that was on the previous week. 432 is the first zone. If the price is going to stay above 432, we expected 436. So that was our expectation. Now let us see what happened exactly. So after the price opening around 428, you can see that 428.8, the market just came down and it took some support around 428, which is the intermediate resistance. We have marked this line as 428 as an intermediate resistance and support. So after taking a support around the zone, the market tried to move higher, but it couldn't move higher and sustain above that. So it finally came down and broke this zone of 428. And it came down and took another support around 426. So why the market is taking a support around 426, you can notice very well. On the previous week, the market has taken a clear resistance. Only after breaking this 426, the market gained a huge momentum. You can see the single 1 hour candlestick, it has gained a huge momentum and the market went higher. So that is the reason the market, after opening around the zone, came down, and you can see it stayed around the zone and closed around 427. And on Tuesday, what happened is a spiked up opening, which means that after the price opening, you would have seen exactly a big spiked up zone. So these are all untraded zones. Maybe we can say that it is a traded zone, but we cannot catch that zone in price opening unless until we would have we had a place and order previous day like GTC order. So it is quite difficult to catch that zone. So what happened is that exactly after the price opening, the market came up. You can see that the high which was created during the spiked up opening was around 432.5. So after that, so we can take that the target has been achieved. So because you can see that this 432 is a very great resistance. If you are a copper trader, you can notice that what is the importance of 432. So the many times market has taken a resistance around 432. So exactly after reaching that zone, the market had taken a resistance and it was consolidating around the zone for a long time. You can see this 428. Since we have told you every single candlestick represents 1 hour. So which means that the market was consolidating around this 428 for a very long time and it couldn't sustain that. So finally what happened is that again the market came down and closed around 426. So what exactly this closing means is that on the previous day the market closing was around 437, and on the next day also the market closed around 426. Now it is a very crucial zone because again this 426 is a major support, and also the difference is that the market has created a new high. So it is a new high created on Tuesday compared to the Monday's price action. So now what happened on Wednesday is that after the price opening, the market tried to stay below, and you can see the moving average also is showing. So it tried to stay around 426. So there was a long consolidation that happened around 426, and the price closed around 426.5. And also the Wednesday, you notice that it is a low volatile market since we had a holiday in the US. That was a Independence Day holiday. So that is the reason the market consolidated here for a long time. And the good news is that it closed above 426. If the price is closing somewhere below 426, the case would have been quite different. So what happened after that on Thursday, the market just opened above that. You can see these double dotted vertical lines that indicates the price opening. Just opened above that, and it has taken a strong support around 426. That pushed the market to move and test this 432. You can see that the market again went and tested this target of 432, but it couldn't sustain that. Again, it is a great failure, so the market came down and tested this 426 again. So you can notice that after a great bounce back, the market came down and tested this 426 again and closed around 428.6. On Friday, what happened is that the price opened around 427.6, and it tried to put something above 428, but a failure to sustain above 428 has pushed the market down, and the market came down till 423.6, and it consolidated, and Saturday it closed around 425. So this is the entire price action what happened on the last week. So what we can do is that the two things we need to learn. One thing is that, as we always say, we go with a weekly targets. So every day we know that every day is not going to be a winning day, as we all accept the fact that trading in commodities is always quite riskier, but we need to frame a proper strategy, and we are going to work for the target. So every day we cannot frame a strategy and we cannot work for a target. So once the target is reached, we need to patiently wait for another opportunity. So that is the case. Once, for example, last week what we expected, the initial target was around 432, the first target. So what we can notice is that if the price should move higher, what should have happened? If the price want to break this 432, and if we expect the market to reach 436, what are the probabilities and possibilities? The one great possibilities and probabilities which we can talk is that on Thursday the price closed above 428. If the price is going to sustain above 428, it is going to be a very good opportunity that the price can move higher. But the price didn't. It broke this. The second probability is that the market at least should have stayed above 426. As we all know that this 426 is a major resistance zone. You can we have drawn a line here. So the last week, that is on previous week, the market struggled a lot to break this. Only after putting something above 426 is pushed the market higher. But it didn't. It broke this low and it came down lower and closed lower below 426. So this closing, that the previous week, that the last week closing, is quite an important, because it closed below all the days low and also below all the days closing also. You can see this is the closing on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday and Saturday. The market closed lower and below the lowest average low zones. So that indicates that the market has some selling pressure that pushed the market down. If you are working on a weekly targets, and if you are framing a strategy, if you have a clear trading plan, then you can make this type of targets achievable. But every day going into the market and expecting the market to be in our side is quite difficult to achieve. So now let us see what we can do for this week. As far as this week is concerned, the price opening is going to be very important. What does that means is that if the price is going to open above 426, we can say the momentum is on the buyer side. If the price is going to open above 426, we can say the momentum is on buyer side. And if the price is going to trade above 426, what does that mean is that it is going to be traded above the closing of Monday, Tuesday and Wednesday. That can pull some momentum for buying. This is one possibility in trading in the price opening. So this opening is going to be crucial. But if the price is going to open below the Fridays and Saturdays closing, for example, if the price is going to open around 423, which indicates that it is again going to create a good selling pressure in the market, since the closing and opening, you can see it is a very lower closing on every day, that can push the market lower. So now we need to frame a possible strategies, and we can fine tune our strategies based upon the price action for this week, on seeing the price action what is going to happen in the copper market, and we can modify our strategies. So one possible strategy is that we can take 426 as a resistance, since we go with the trend, and you can see since all this market the closing is lower and it is below 426, we know this 426 as a major resistance zone. Now we can see that the difference of 426 and 425 we have mentioned many times. These are the crucial zones in copper market, and also it is supported by the average. So these are the possible confirmation we have got around if the price is going to open lower around 424 or 423. So this is one possible strategy you can follow while trading in copper if the price is going to open lower. So it can be supported by the average. For example, you can see that if the price is going to open around 424 or 423, it is again going to be the convergence of the short term and the long term average. So what we have learned is that whenever the short term and long term average is going to converge at a particular point, which is a major support or resistance, that is the second case. So it is simply that whenever the market two averages is going to meet, it cannot give a buying or selling momentum. So when it can give a buying and selling momentum is that where the two averages will converge at a major support or resistance, not an intermediate support or resistance. It is converging at a major support or resistance. It can give a price direction, clear price direction, and also that can be considered as a decision point. So from there we can expect a break price movement. That is the possible strategy. This is the first strategy, we can do that. The another strategy which we can frame is that you can go back and see that we know this 422 as a very major support for copper market. So this 422 provided a very good support in copper market, that pushed the market till 432. So again this 432 line is a very major zone which decides a trend in copper market. So the possible another strategy is that you can go for buying till 422 and place a stop loss below around 421 and wait for the market give a bounce back. But if you are going to take this strategy around 422, buying till 422, then what is the confirmation we have got? Just we know that this 422 is a major support zone. So that is the reason we will be targeting this 422. If the price is going to stay below 422, then again we can go for selling below 422, having 423 as a stop, and strictly sticking to this 422 zone, and again trying to make a profit. So these are the two possible strategies which you can follow for this week, but it is strictly up to the traders to decide which is going to work out, because until you learn how to make a trading decision, there is no other way to learn commodity trading. So these are the two possible strategies which can be framed for a copper market for this week, and what you simply need to do is that stick on to your strategy and fine tune that based upon the price action that is going to happen, based upon the price opening. And also again we are saying today the expected price opening for copper can be below 422, that is around 423. You can expect that. So based upon the COMEX price directions, and since you know that we are posting these video presentations well before the currency market and the commodity market opening, so that makes a difference. You should go back around 9 o'clock, the currency will open, so you can see where the rupee is staying. Rupee is also a major influential factor in commodity trading, that also decides where to hold on support. So that is a major fact also. But as far as the COMEX price and the trend is concerned, and keeping in mind that all the currencies and all the COMEX price is in constant, we can say that copper is expected to open below the previous week low of 423.6, probably around 423. It has got the potential to open, which indicates that the possible trend can move down. But it is up to the traders' decision to decide what are the strategies you can frame. So whether you are going to take 426 as a zone or 422 as a zone for both buying and selling, and the expected target for 426, if you are picking it 416 as an initial target, if the trend continues it is going to be 412. So it is going to be a good profit if it goes in line with the trend. But if the price is taking any support around 422, if the price is going to take any support around 422, then it should put something and some closing above 426 to again push the market higher till 432. So these are the different strategies which you can apply for the week, and hope you will execute your plans as per the technicals. So let us see what's going to happen for this week, and thanks a lot for watching all our video presentations, and happy trading with good luck. Take care. Bye.